You've seen Saturn's rings. Beautiful, elegant, one of the most stunning sights in our solar system. But what if I told you there's a world out there with rings 200 times larger than Saturn's? Rings so massive, they're wider than Earth's entire orbit around the Sun. That world is real. It's called J1407b, and its biggest mystery isn't those incredible rings. It's that no one knows what it actually is. In 2007, astronomers noticed something strange. A star, catalogued simply as J1407, began to flicker, but not in a normal way. Over the course of 2 months, its brightness dropped and recovered multiple times in a complex, irregular pattern. A normal planet passing in front of a star causes a simple, brief dip in brightness. This was something else entirely. Something enormous. Something with structure. After analyzing the data, scientists reached a stunning conclusion. The only explanation that fit. A giant planet, surrounded by a massive, multi-layered ring system, was slowly passing in front of the star. Saturn has 3 main ring groups, already breathtaking. J1407b has more than 30 concentric rings. Layer after layer after layer. The total diameter of this ring system stretches over 180 million kilometers. For context, the distance from Earth to the Sun is about 150 million kilometers. J1407b's rings are wider than that. If you drop J1407b into our solar system, its rings would extend from the Sun all the way past Earth's orbit. Saturn's largest ring, about 300,000 kilometers across. Not even close. But the size of the rings isn't even the strangest part. When scientists analyzed the ring structure, they found a gap. A massive, empty space carved right through the middle of the rings, tens of millions of kilometers wide. We've seen this before in our own solar system. Saturn's rings have gaps too, cleared out by the gravitational pull of its moons, which means only one thing. J1407. They likely had a moon. A large moon, somewhere between the mass of Mars and Earth, that formed in that gap, possibly collided with something catastrophic, and was eventually flung out of orbit, leaving behind nothing but that haunting empty corridor in the rings. Here's where things get truly strange. Scientists still don't know what J1407b actually is. Some believe it's a supergas giant, like Jupiter but on an almost absurd scale. Others think it might be a brown dwarf, an object with too little mass to ignite as a star, but far more massive than any planet. Its mass could be dozens of times that of Jupiter. And then there's the most unsettling theory of all. J1407b might not even orbit J1407. It could be a rogue object, drifting freely through space, that simply happened to pass in front of that star in 2007, put on this incredible show, and continued floating into the darkness. A cosmic ghost, there for a moment, then gone. Imagine standing on one of J1407b's moons and looking up. The entire sky, from horizon to horizon, filled with rings, hundreds of times larger than the full moon, slowly rotating above you. It would be the most breathtaking sight any human being had ever seen. Of course, you'd never actually make it there. You'd be destroyed long before you arrived, torn apart by the endless debris fields of rock and ice that make up those rings. Beautiful, deadly, untouchable. J1407b doesn't just leave us with a stunning image. It leaves us with a question that keeps astronomers up at night. How many more objects like this are out there, drifting silently through the galaxy, waiting to pass in front of a star and reveal themselves for just a moment? We can only see what crosses our line of sight, and the universe is vast beyond imagination. Next episode, we're visiting a planet with no star, no sun, no home, just a world drifting alone through the darkness of space, with iron rain falling from its skies. See you next time.